Hello, baseball fans. We are back for an annual-ish tradition. The podcast pals, minus our good friend JR, hey buddy, are back to give you the 2032 EMLB predictions. And as always, we're never wrong. We're always on top of it. We didn't lead you astray last year, no matter what the spreadsheet says.
If you're thinking that we were wrong, you're just remembering it wrong.
You know what? You know what, guys? Listeners at home, here's why you are wrong. Little flashback for you.
Indeed.
Do you want me to show the receipts or not?
I am repping for no apparent reason the Portland Stags shirt.
I hear they're a really good franchise.
I've heard the same.
I've heard they got a pretty good prospect in Moultrie. Moultrie.
But not their best prospect.
No.
Interestingly enough.
Ooh.
Is that a little teaser for something coming up soon at Backfield Media?
No, actually, it dropped today.
Shows how much I look at the Discord.
Number 22.
Leon Carter, baby.
Leon
All right,
Carter.
so Andrew, you mentioned it. Should we look at last year and see who won? That smirk makes me feel like it's him.
Nope. All right,
That's the wrong
so
screen.
this is the clean one for this year's because
Okay.
someone needs.
At least
a
I
clean
did better
slate.
on this one.
Actually, Tim, you came in first.
Whoa.
So
I gotta lay down.
I wasn't
Tim?
last.
no, I was last.
I was second. Let's go.
So yeah, with the first, so what I did is I gave 1 point for every team you had in the correct order. Tim, the fact that Tim nailed the AL West was probably the biggest factor because we all mixed up the order of the Rangers, Astros, Angels, but he was the only one that nailed it right. Brendan, you actually got the NL Central completely right, and Aiden got the NL West completely right. I didn't get anything completely right. But I will point out that Aiden got a donut on the AL East.
It is good to see that we were all pretty bullish on the Giants in those preseason predictions.
Yeah, I think we all had them going to the playoffs.
Playoffs?
At least.
Talking about playoffs?
Yeah,
Every time.
all of us.
Yeah.
I had to.
It reminds me when the Colts were good. Stop it.
But also, not only that, but Tim also tied with Brendan for the most playoff teams correct. And he was the only person to get the Mets correct. He predicted the Mets making the playoffs. And Brendan was the only one that predicted the Pirates.
Which is proof
did the Pirates
that
make it?
those that can't do can predict.
So congratulations, Tim. You are our reigning predictions champion.
And
I have some making up to do.
But you get the
can I
first
suggest
time.
that we do our because obviously the format we usually do is present a team we all pick. Can I suggest that the order in which we snake our draft be based on last year's standings?
Sure, and I'll let Tim be the decider. Do you want to go first, or do you want the wraparound?
I'll do the wraparound.
All right, so that means I'm first.
He wants that wraparound.
I desperately need a wraparound.
Also, hold on. Before we start, I did something this year. This year, every team has a song based on either last year or this year or what I think best represents them, just to add a little flavor for this. So each team, as we talk about where they're placed, I will give them their song title.
Nice.
This could either be really good or really bad or not really.
Somewhere in
much
between.
No, not really much in between.
No, I have a
Apparently,
feeling
Aiden is
it's
a
going to be
Swiftie.
real bad, and frankly, that's the quality you expect from the podcast pals.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. So,
The problem is I got to pick a team.
Andrew, with the first overall pick, Andrew Alexander selects.
Here, actually, you know what? Tim, can you reorder our windows to put us in switch me and Aiden because I should be last.
Yeah, you're the bottom.
Yeah.
You're the bottom feeder. Hey.
I'm the bottom, Brendan.
Oh,
He's a power bottom.
All right.
That explains a lot.
Hey. Don't even know what that explains, but hey. All right. Why don't we start things off interesting and go with a team with a brand new GM? Let's go with the Marlins.
Oh,
New GM over there in flying. Already made a trade to offload a salary. And so I believe that I am in the wrong file. I'm in the PPL file. I need to get to E EMLB.
little quick plug for the PPL. Wasn't gonna do that.
Ugh. Ooh.
Okay, moving on. It's like the we read something from the teleprompter and we can't keep a straight face.
Weather report.
But yeah, quick plug for the PPL. We're looking for how many GMs are we looking for now?
Well, no, replacing the man himself, the Commish LB, as
That's right,
GM
Red
of the
Sox.
Boston Red Sox.
So if you really don't like me and you want to go up against me because I'm the Yankees in that universe, pick up the Red Sox. And there, now you're going to get a bunch of applicants.
I will.
Cody, where are you? Calling Cody.
He's already
Cody.
quit like 4 times.
I know.
Cody is the Pirates.
Yeah, he's already.
Cody is the Billy
I
Martin.
know.
of the
It
PPL.
was
All right,
just low hanging fruit.
This was just me stalling until I loaded the right file and out of the
I know it is.
All right.
That's why I was playing along.
So, the Marlins still have star power. They still have Red Dead. They still have EVC. Their pitching was last year. They definitely lost they definitely missed Leo, who they traded to my Cardinals, who ended up having a really good year with me. I don't think they really got any better over the offseason, probably mostly because their old GM is already planning on how he's going to handle Nashville in Eddie, moving to Nashville when that expansion comes. I'm going to put them in 5th in the NL East. That's Brendan's spot. Sorry. There.
I think with him putting him there, Brendan, you need to go next.
No,
You're
Oh, it's
next.
me.
We're
I know.
going in order.
So I'll tell you the song first, and then I'll play some. I did "Unwritten" by Natasha Bedingfield. Staring at the blank page before you, like I don't know what to expect from the new GM over there.
Oh my God.
But I think Andrew, you've got them exactly right. I think they're a 5th place team. I think they're not going to be very good. And I understand why Eddie left, but I'm upset because now I don't get to do my annual trade deadline trade with Eddie that I look forward to every year.
Fuck.
Right?
Hey, we'll still get a paragraph from him every time, doing a great explanation of why the trade makes sense. We'll just have to wait another year, or it's another season technically. All right, Brendan.
I'm actually going to put Miami in the 4 spot, and not because not for any different reasoning than you guys. I just think I can reshuffle the bottom of the division slightly differently.
Timothy.
Present.
Yeah, I'm thinking Marlins in 4th spot too. I get why they had to deal Willis. I wonder if they couldn't have gotten a little more cash out of that deal, but hey, is what it is.
I think the cash was not having his contract.
Yeah, exactly, and I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know how many teams were chomping at the bit to pay that off.
Well, yeah, or even had the funds to do so.
That's my point. Yeah,
Baltimore
I think they've got a good
sacrificed their
base.
draft
As
budget.
Jim said, I think there is something good here, but taking some hits to kind of like retool. Yeah, 4th is about the peak, and it just says more about the rest of the division than it does of their abilities. Curious to see what flying does with it.
All right, I guess I'm up now to pick a team.
yes, you are.
I guess you are.
I'm going to go ahead and go to my division, and I'm going to take the Detroit Tigers. And I think the Detroit Tigers are the 3rd place team in the AL Central. And I picked clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Because look at the GMs in this league. You got clowns to the left, you got jokers to the right, and they're going to be in the middle of the division.
All right. You know what? I thought this bit was going to be real stupid, and I was right, but it's funny. So
It's the right kind of stupid so far.
It is.
I think we're all just supporting characters for Aiden here in this.
has that ever been any different than an Aiden production?
Fair.
All right. For the Tigers, I really do kind of feel like this division is a four-way shuffle for who finishes second through last. So it really doesn't matter where you put them. I'll go fourth.
I have them second as well, primarily because of their offense.
Wait, second? What do you mean second as well? No one's put them second yet.
Oh.
Brendan said fourth.
Oh, wow. I'm deaf as well as blind. I have them as second.
Hey, have you thought about becoming an umpire?
I actually used to.
Well, that explains it then.
Yeah, that
I'm
does.
blind. I'm deaf. I want to be a rep.
I like the offense. The pitching, all Giannis Garbo and Game of the Night jokes aside, is okay, but kind of missing some depth. I don't see that anybody competing for the top of that division. So they're the best of the rest.
So you do have them second?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I feel like the Tigers are actually more in a transition season. They finished tied for third last season with the Royals, which makes me realize I don't know if I should maybe do some recount over ties or anything, but I'm not going to do that. They technically finished third.
I'm happy with the results from last year.
Results seem right.
I'm trying to figure out why you guys are so high on them, because I feel like they're one of the bottom two teams in the Central.
Go for it though.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go fourth. I'm gonna agree with Brandon on this one.
All right, moving us along. I think we should get a juicy team in here, and let's go with the defending World Series champion Giants.
Ooh.
Do the Giants got the firepower to maybe not repeat? That's a hard thing to do in this league, but to surpass the Padres at the top of the division? My gut, yes, they do. Put them at the winning. Timothy?
Okay. Yeah, I like them too. Paxler made all the right moves after winning as well. I feel like there was a lot of good. He buttoned up some players. Jamie Thurman is kind of my sneaky MVP pick for this year. Just hoping he can stay healthy, and I'm sure Mike is too. I have them first in the division.
All right. So last season, I actually picked the Padres to finish third because I looked at their roster and it didn't look to me like they could overcome the Giants and the Dodgers. I thought the Giants and Dodgers at the time had better rosters. And I'm going based off of that again. I don't think the Padres are going to be able to keep up. They're struggling with their limited budget with that owner, and that's a topic for another conversation about how I don't like owners in this being such a factor, but that's neither here nor there. But I believe that the Giants do have the best roster in the NL West, and I will agree. I'm going to have them winning the division.
So I went cliche for this one with their song in We Are the Champions because they won last year. It felt cliche, but it felt like the right type of cliche. But actually, they're not going to be champions of their division. They're going to come in second. This is where I made up points last year. This is where I'm going to try and make up points again this year.
Fair enough.
It's funny about me specifically picking them at the number one spot, but obviously the rest of us doing it. There's a real big tendency in sports to way overemphasize a previous champion.
Mhm.
See current Eagles discourse. I do think that like again, I'm the biggest proponent of caution against that. The flip side is this was an 89 win team this was let me rephrase that. This was an 105 win team masquerading as an 85 win one. You subtract you wipe those big injuries off the board, and this team was cruising to a division title last year. I think that's the big key with this team. Padres are deeper, Giants are better.
I forgot to mention that as part of my reasoning, because I agree the injuries definitely kept them from winning the division last season, but they got them all healthy at the right time.
Correct.
All right. Let's go with, well, what the hell? Let's start it in the American League West with Seattle. I've changed my mind about this 3 times in the last 30 seconds. I'm going to put them in third.
Okay.
This coming
Spicy.
season. Yeah, I think Westcott has a bit of a breakout season. This is a good relative nucleus of a team. I like their pitching staff. It's going to be extremely competitive. The wheels could come off really quickly for them, but I don't think they will. Strong defensively where they need to be. And Kelly's kind of another sleeper pick for me for, an MVP, and plus he's going for a few milestones of his own. And so, yeah, I'm picking the Mariners third.
So I feel like I say this every year or every season about the Mariners, and I feel really bad for Hetz having to be in this division with the 3 juggernauts in front of him, because I believe he could be competing for the division in pretty much any other division. But unfortunately, it's really hard to surpass the 3 powerhouses that are in the AL West, and so I do have them still finishing fourth. It's nothing against the Mariners as a team. It's just being in the same division as the Astros, Angels, and Rangers is just really hard to overcome, and he's doing the best he can. You put him in another division where he plays the AL West less and another division more, he's easily a playoff team as a wild card team. Maybe even a division winner, depending on the division.
So I've got them in fourth. They are a good team, but they're not top 3 caliber. And this is the team that I struggle with most to pick a song. But then a song came to me. And it's just because it had the number 4 in the title. And that's completely the reason why. But it's a great song that had Beyonce and Paul McCartney. It's 4 or 5 Seconds to Friday, just because it had the number 4 in the title. This is the only one that I'm not a huge fan of on my list. But
come on, I'm a believer.
I'm not, though. I'm not a believer in Minnesota.
Okay, but the
Minnesota.
fucking signs,
Talking about
dude.
Seattle.
Not in Minnesota. Sorry.
Freudian slip there.
I'm not a
Well,
believer.
it's awfully
It's
hard.
okay. We don't believe in Minnesota either.
Sorry.
Oh, the Brendan Freeze.
Yeah. And he was giving me crap about freezing.
Oh
That
well,
was weird.
Either
To be
that
fair,
or
that
he
was
was
me.
mastered
I could hear
the
everything.
JR
It just was the camera
there you go.
and the mic.
Okay.
All right. I actually had the Mariners in third, and I will save my elaboration on that for later when I get to the other teams and why.
Fair enough.
Awesome.
All right.
Tim, you got a wraparound pick.
Oh, crap. Well, let's go to the NL Central and the Pittsburgh Pirates. I like the moves. I think they've got a nice pitching staff. How well they do, I think, really depends on how well Koshin bounces back, or if he bounces back, and becomes a little less one-dimensional as he's been last year. Still a great player, but nowhere near the caliber he was a couple of years ago. Don't know whether I've seen his peak or not. I kind of feel like they finished third, but close. This division was the most competitive top to bottom towards the end of the year, but don't think that translates as well this year, but I think they'll definitely be in the top three. So third for them.
Wait, since it's the wraparound, shouldn't Brendan go next?
I will.
Sure.
Pirates, I actually have in fourth. I believed in the talent carryover last year. Now another year removed, a changing landscape in the division. My feeling on the team is less, oh, wow, they're inheriting so much talent, and more so, man, I really just don't expect this team to do much better than they previously have done. And I think everyone else maybe got better.
I've got Pittsburgh in third. And this might be a message to their general manager. I picked a song from a Broadway show, actually, from Guys and Dolls. Sit down, you're rocking the boat. Don't try to do too much here. And I think they've made some moves. I don't know, but they're very much I see them more on a decline than an uphill swing. And I think that they are a middle tier team, and they are well removed from when credit where credit's due. Cody took them to multiple World Series.
You mentioned Cody. I wonder what Aiden's going to do with himself without a team Cody is running.
I don't have anything to hate.
Yeah, exactly.
It hurts. I don't know what hurts worse, not making a midseason deal with Eddie or not bashing on Cody during this.
I mean,
I was so ready with the A's too. Like I've had this for months.
In a world that seems intent on destroying every tradition that we have, it really does suck to lose stuff like the annual Eddie trade and the Cody Aiden hate. I'm just glad we could preserve Mets on opening day.
Yep. At least some things. There are three things that hold on. There are four things. There are three things that are certain in America: death, taxes, and EMLB opening day, including the Mets.
Agreed.
And Cody pressing hit batter.
Also
Andrew, where you got the Pirates?
And message to Cody, he may want to use that injury boost for Steve Austin, because 5 injuries in the last 2 seasons, including twice this year in spring with a stiff back.
And that's the bottom line.
It's starting to get a little fragile. Just saying.
Well,
I wonder what ended Steve Austin's career.
All right.
Too soon.
I'm just going to go into it. The more I look at the Central, and the more I look at specifically the Pirates pitching staff, I don't know if it's like one of those things where it's like the Giants, where they're one injury away from having to really test their depth, and I don't think they have a lot of depth. So I'm going to agree with Brendan. I'm going to put them in fourth, but as Tim said, it's going to be close. I think the Central is one of the harder divisions or NL Central specifically is one of the harder divisions to place the teams in order, because you saw last season how close they all finished, and how competitive everyone in the division was up until maybe late August. So I do have the Pirates in fourth, though. Which is crazy because they made the playoffs last year, but
yeah,
I think other teams made more strides.
Yeah, it's crazy because I don't think they're that far off of last year's team. So,
for my pick coming back around this side, we have hit one team in every division. I feel like we should go ahead and round out that trend
Or you could just be chaotic and mess with people's ADHD or ADD.
Yeah, I don't really feel like doing that right now. Later.
He's not
reserves
not
the
drunk
right.
enough yet.
The AL East, I'm going to go ahead and place the Baltimore Orioles comfortably in last place. If you would like elaboration, I can provide it, but I really don't feel like I'm going to get much disagreement here.
Yeah, no, I'll just hop in here. I've got them in last place, and the song I picked for them was "Burn It Down" by Seth Rollins' theme song in WWE. Need I expand more, or can I leave it at that?
I think you can leave it right at that. By the way, I think the Pedro Serrano signing was a huge mistake, but that's just me.
Yeah, it feels like one of those. It's a good signing, but at the wrong time, kind of thing.
It's
3
an
years
A-Rod-
down the road, that
A-Rod on
looks
the Rangers
great.
kind of deal.
What was that, Brandon?
It's an A-Rod on the Rangers kind of deal.
Yeah.
Andrew, where you going?
Ooh, that's a good comp. Yeah.
I'm trying to compare them to a couple other teams in the division that I'm not sure where to place. So I'm still trying to figure that part out. I feel like the bottom 3 teams of the AL, the bottom 4, anything but the Blue Jays, it's hard to place.
Yeah, the thing is about, like, there are 3 divisions in this league that I feel are 1 and then 2 through 4 in any order.
Yeah.
And the AL East is definitely one of those.
Well, in this case, it's 2 through 5. I'm not sure about.
I meant 2 through 5. Sorry, 2 through 5. My bad. Although actually this is 2 through 4. So
I am going to put the Orioles in 4th. I do think they still have some offensive upside, especially with. I mean, they add Serrano, you're going to get some offensive and defensive upside. To be honest, I just think there's one team that maybe has a worse season, and I'm not confident in putting them 4th. I debated anywhere from 3rd to 5th, so I figured I'd just meet in the middle and put them in 4th.
For me, it's an odd mix. They've got solid veterans. They've got very untested young players and nothing else. Kind of like there's no middle, nothing connecting. And the thing that kind of sold me on it is, like, how quickly do they become sellers at the trade deadline? And they were one of the first teams that I kind of put in that sellers category. I'm putting them as 5th. It's a retooling year. And I think Pop Stars will get her feet under her, and maybe there's a deeper plan here. Feels like there might be. I think they're going to be very active all season in trades. So I put them in 5th.
I think that deeper plan is just making sure you eat enough crab cakes.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'm next.
I guess.
I'm going to go ahead and I'll go to the NL. I'm going to go to the East. And I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Montreal. And I've actually got them in 4th place. And the song I picked for them was "Started from the Bottom, Now We're Here."
Started from the bottom of the whole game.
Okay, we're here, just not here.
Exactly. We're here. We're not the worst anymore. We're building up. I really like Montreal, and this is such a tough division to be in because I feel like the top 2 are so good, and then the rest is there. I mean, the top 1's really good. Number 2's all right. Then the rest of them are kind of, but Montreal to me feels like a team who, if they make the right moves at the deadline, they could go on a little bit of a run. but I just don't know. I think we're still probably 2 to 3 years away from seeing them make a push for the playoffs.
I'm going to do one team comparison real quick to see which one I like more.
Professionals would have had these notes ready to go.
No,
But that's why you come to Backfields Media, because none of us are professionals. None of us are prepared. And
actually, I want to point out.
I'm prepared. All right.
I was going to point out.
Notes.
Aiden and I were talking beforehand, and I said it's really interesting how this season Aiden has done the most work to prepare for this, and I have done the least amount of work to
It's usually flipped.
I guarantee you have not done the least.
Okay, the least I've done the least in terms of compared to all of my other seasons and what I do to prepare.
Fair enough.
I did nothing to prepare for this. That's the first time I've done nothing. Back to the point though. I actually have the Expos finishing in third. And I also think they're on the rise. I think this might be. They did make a huge trade and added some major league pieces like Smitty Lyons in the corner outfield. I think is a solid piece. They have really solid pitching. They're getting deeper in the pitching rotation, but it's also the fact that I think another team in the division did absolutely nothing to improve, and I think they're on a slow decline. And I think the Expos passed them, and we'll see who that team is later. But yeah, I think the Expos actually finished in third this season. I don't have them really competing for a wild card spot, but third in the division is good improvement for them.
I have them in third. I think they're going to struggle at the start as their chemistry kind of gets locked in. I don't think they're going to be competing for the top 2 spots. I think that's going to be kind of a runaway, but I think you can toss away the expansion team tag from them. And
I mean, you kind of have to now that we've announced 2 new expansion teams.
Well, yeah, and it kind of tells me that this was the right time for it because both of those teams, hi Portland, have done so much to make themselves competitive. And I think Eddie and Cody are going to do the same. I'm curious to see if this is Streamer's breakout year, like getting some award votes for things and stuff like that, because he's got a nice package there. So
he's got a nice package there.
I said what I said.
So Aiden's song choice was perfect. We started from the bottom. Now we're here. We started from the bottom. Now the whole gang's fucking here. No one in their right mind would pick the Phillies, anyone but the Phillies in one. And obviously that's a teaser for later. I'm sure that's going to be a shock to everyone in this room. The Expos finished second.
Ooh.
And the Expos finished within striking distance of this division because bad things happen. Because bad things happen to teams everyone thinks is going to be good. Philly's got too much depth. It'd be stupid not to pick them to win the division. I'm a contrarian. I try to pick outside the box. That's a stupid outside the box pick, so you can't pick that. But the Expos finished second, and comfortably so.
Nice.
I mean, I thought Eddie was the one that did bold predictions.
You know what? I was so glad to come last here because I knew no one else would do that. Expos second, not even close the rest of the way.
Wow.
Nice.
Andrew, you're up.
I am. We'll keep it. We'll go with the other 6-team division, and we'll go with the reigning AL champion Houston Astros. I think Ben got a fire lit under him from losing the World Series. I think he kind of was maybe not full on coasting, but that he got a taste of what he's tasted before in getting to the World Series and coming up short. And so I think he's out for blood this season. And so I've got the Astros finishing atop the AL West.
I have the Astros finishing second, kind of for the same reason that Andrew has them in first. Bad things happen to teams that lose World Series. It's tough to come all the way back. Ben's kind of taken it. He has not been as active the last year, and I mean, he still has a good formula. But I see this team kind of regressing a little bit. Not much, but just enough to lose their stranglehold on the division.
Martin Bradford has thrown over 200 innings. As a matter of fact, he's actually thrown over 215 innings for 4 consecutive seasons. This pitch, all seasons, which, by the way, only one. He's won 3 Cy Youngs in that span. Bad things happen to pitchers under high workload. And I really want you guys to look at this rotation and tell me what it looks like without Bradford in it, because it's not pretty. Astros finished 4th. Even if Bradford pitches the whole dang season, obviously I'm higher on the Mariners maybe than I should be, and maybe you flip these 2 teams around. But I kind of view it the opposite way of how Andrew views it, where Ben might have a fire lit under him. I think Ben's coasted for a long time. I think Ben's going to keep coasting, and I don't think the team he built, 4 years ago now at this point, is going to continue to be this good.
Brennan, I think you hit the nail on the head with your observation there.
Aiden,
And that's why
Brennan, what is this?
And that's why I have them third. And that's why the song that I picked for them, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. And Ben is not rocking or rolling. He's going to be in third place.
I don't know. Free Falling would be good here too.
Don't you worry. Free falling.
I got Free Falling.
Maybe use later.
I got Free Falling for a team too. Maybe we're thinking of the same one.
Maybe.
I'm just impressed by your song catalog.
Thank you.
I mean, you've had Broadway, you've had rock. It's great.
It's definitely larger than mine. I'll give you that. That's not saying much, though.
Oh
no, I burned myself.
No,
I'm not burning Aiden. I'm burning myself.
It's definitely larger than mine, but that's not saying much.
That's what she said.
All right. Anyway.
While y'all are discussing, I'm grabbing another.
Oops, all dick jokes. Welcome to Backfields Media.
Yep.
My name is Bill.
We run a tight ship there, clearly.
All right, we probably do need to get cranking.
Yeah, I've got the wraparound, right?
Yep.
Oh, you want me to go with the snakes?
No, I'm just saying snake draft.
Oh, well then let's just go with the D-backs because now I got snakes on the brain. It's still rebuild season in Arizona. I don't think I really need to elaborate any more than that. Last place.
As the great Carly Rae Jepsen once said, "Here's my number. Call me maybe." They're like the redheaded stepchild of the league at this point, just hanging out in the bottom down there, last place.
Look, I like having Stroker Ace there. Seems like a fine dude. But if he was ever to leave, I think we should bring Plant Daddy out of retirement to run this team.
Oh, Jesus.
Go ahead and put him in
That was the wrong time for me to drink water.
Go ahead and put him in last place.
Oh, my gosh.
I, too, have them in last place. Lots of young talent, but just way too – they got
lots of young players. I'm not really sure if I'm willing to say lots of young talent yet.
I like a few of their pieces. I like the trades they made.
I don't know if I like the Soroka one.
Well, but that's part of a deeper, because let's see, who was in that?
I also kind of wondering why Chad Olds is on the 40-man.
Soroka, Bailey, and Ohtani for Stimmel, Dugans, Carroll, and Creedler.
And didn't Atlanta just get a re-rate on Carroll too?
Yes. I think. Let me double check.
Brock Rutherford gets Cy Young votes and might win it.
How? He'll be the first one since Nolan Ryan in '87 with the Astros to have a 33 winning percentage and even come close to the Cy Young.
But also
Chad,
doesn't matter anymore.
Chad Olds isn't on the 40 man, by the way.
Oh, I thought he was.
No, he's on the spring training roster. But he's
Carroll
not-
was re-rated. Yes.
All right.
But,
I'll go next.
Okay. Continue.
I've got it. So I'm going to go to the NL Central, and I'm going to go with Milwaukee. Milwaukee is going to finish second, and they're also, as the song says, they're going to end up in the wild card because I picked them with Born to Be Wild.
I like that. That's cute.
I like that.
And I got my first X on the board because we haven't really discussed how we're going to do that.
I'll go ahead and ditto me for that. I'll go ahead and put Milwaukee in second.
Well, I'm the contrarian this time. I have really liked the moves they've made. So much so that I think they're going to win the Central this year.
Whoa.
Nice young base that has started to heat up. They were more competitive than I expected them to be last year. And I think the pitching staff will probably be among the best in the National League. They are number one.
All right.
So while I agree with the pitching staff, I feel like their offense is going to struggle. I don't really see a bat in that lineup that scares me at all. They have decent defense, so that's definitely a plus for them, especially in the outfield. And funny enough, 2/3 of their outfield were via me.
I was getting ready to say,
And Dalen Lyle and Andrew O'Quinn. So I will say I do look really dumb for the Dalen Lyle trade because he ended up with an almost 5-WAR season last year, but I'm expecting him to regress a little bit in terms of his offensive output. I saw him as more of a defensive player anyway. But who knows? He could make me look foolish again. I do have them finishing second though. That pitching rotation is going to be a really good one. Not necessarily the best bullpen in the league, but they have a really good, solid 5-man deep rotation.
Man, I guess I'm going to come back around and get to pick the AL East for the second straight pick.
that's wild.
That is a little wild.
You could go the AL Central.
I tell you what, I don't really feel like making anything complicated. Let's go ahead and pick Blue Jays. Let's put them at 1.
No arguments for me on that. I'll
Shall
save my.
I put it on the board, Aiden?
It's actually Andrew's pick next.
It's your
Oh,
pick.
me. My bad.
Jesus.
I was distracted by Aiden's chewing. Yeah, first
Sorry.
ball.
Me too. Mute yourself, dog.
I will. My bad. In the immortal words of Hawk Harrelson, you can put it on the board. Yes.
I was hoping you got that reference.
Song choice will be given later for them.
I haven't heard of that
okay.
song.
Man, I like how we have like a really nice podcast full of 3, competent, well-dressed gentlemen, and then one hobo who's just chewing into the microphone. Who
I'm
didn't
impressed he's
shower,
got
by
a
the way.
microphone.
Sorry, you can't smell me through the screen yet.
I
Smell vision
almost
hasn't
can.
been invented. Oh,
Backfield media does not discriminate.
Speaking of backfields media, Tim.
Oh, yikes. I've got to pick somebody. No. The Atlanta Braves. I like the moves that have been made. Very solid GMing. but I also think they're very young and are going to struggle a bit this year. But I still have them fifth. They're not in last. Couple of years from doing anything real contending. But I like the spirit.
I agree with the sentiment. They working hard over there in Atlanta to try to improve the roster from the basement dweller. I just don't think they're quite ready to climb out of it yet. I feel like they're gonna have a better record this year than they did last year, but I don't think they'll be out of the cellar of the NL East.
I think I'm higher on them than any of you guys are. I've got them in third, and I picked the middle by Jimmy Eat World for them. And you know what? I believe. And I don't know why I believe, but I believe. And you know what? Sometimes, like Brennan likes to throw a dart at the wall and make his bold predictions. Here's mine for the video. Braves, throw a dart at the wall.
If you always pick what everyone expects to happen, you will always be wrong.
Exactly.
Braves in fifth place in this division.
You know what? I will say, I like the discrepancies that we're seeing in here,
Yeah.
except for the AL East.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I'm different in the AL East.
And I'm the only one different in the NL West.
You were different just for the sake of being different, though. We all
No,
know
it
it.
wasn't. No.
Yeah, you were.
We're all the same because we're all different.
Exactly.
Same.
All right, Timothy, on the wrap.
Snakes.
Let's see.
Brennan, I hope you know that means you or I are not allowed to pick any like snake-related team at any point.
Well, there's only one, and it's already been selected.
Oh, that's fair.
I just need to know who was in. And never mind, I don't. As a matter of fact, let's talk about the Minnesota Twins.
Okay, we have our first podcast pal team.
Yes.
Oh, I'm ready for this one.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
The roast of Aiden Pearson.
Yeah.
Comedy Central presents.
It's a rebuild. It's what it is. They need some more pieces. They're going to struggle to hit. They're going to struggle to pitch. It's a tough division to be in because it's not going to be very competitive. You've had a nice spring, but there's some work to be done here, and I have them as fifth, and I'm sorry.
Go ahead and get them a foot long because they're in fifth, and you can hold up that 5. And Andrew, why don't you go ahead and jump Aiden and put yours in? That way Aiden can follow up. Like let's have the podcast pal whose team it is go last.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
And
I'm off the hook.
I'm not going to disagree, unfortunately. I also have them in fifth. Now, I hope that you are back for the long haul and are able to right the ship, because I think a lot of it has to do with the lack of an offseason for Minnesota and not really making any moves. Not a lot of them anyway. So I hope that I want you to get that trading stuff back. Like, I know you lost out on Eddie stuff, but I expect some deadline moves from you this season.
I will say, I was not present. However, like we talked about 3 certainties in life, there's 3 certainties in my brain: death, taxes, and finishing above Kansas City. Put me in fourth. And you know what? And I think it's only appropriate. The song I chose for myself, Jesus Take the Wheel. I love how the Jew is picking a song about Jesus.
That was your best one so far. Well done, sir. Well done.
It's the
I'm
fucking
gonna have a stroke.
it's
That's
Shia
funny.
LaBeouf in the theater clapping.
That was
That's
great. That was great.
All
I'm
right,
just
well,
picturing Carrie Underwood coming out and throwing the first pitch on opening day. It's great.
It's our team's anthem for the year.
So I'm going to throw
I heard. Hold on. Last thing on it. I heard Kent Herbeck Jr. is using it as his walk-up song. Cannot confirm or deny yet.
I'm just looking to see if you've got any Jesus in your organization.
Or we could throw any of the 12 disciples on there. You got a Matthew on there.
Oh my God.
We got Bartholomew.
We got an
I know.
atheist.
Oh.
All right. I am finally ready to make a slightly more interesting pick than I have been making.
That you
I don't
didn't
really
need.
want to. I don't want to give away one of my future picks.
That don't.
I don't know. Like I was ready to do it. You know what? We're gonna get less the less spicier of the two. Give me Angels. Give me number one. You know, Tom hasn't won the AL West since 2025, right? This is fucking bullshit. This is bullshit.
A bullshit.
I
bullshit?
am team Tom supremacy. Look, we all can we all agree that JR is the sexiest GM, right? We all can agree that it's his title. It's never his to lose. Yeah. Tom's a thirst trap. Okay,
He is. Didn't we talk about this last year?
we did. That's why I'm bringing it up now.
Okay, great.
No, but baseball reasons. I don't think the Astros. I think the Astros have finally slipped, and I think that the Angels are deeper than the Rangers, and that's really just all that boils down to me in that division. I think the three-headed monster has become the two, and the Angels are the better of those two heads.
So I've gone rock. I've gone country. I've gone pop. Gone Broadway. I'm going to dip back into the Broadway pool. They're going to win the division. And I'm picking Satisfied from Hamilton because Tom is never satisfied with how his team performs.
Also leaves everyone feeling satisfied.
I
So
thought
where'd you
it
put
was
them?
Strap
gonna be,
does.
we'll be back. You'll be back.
Did you put them first? You said.
I
He
said it there first.
Okay. I missed that. You guys are making me really rethink my Astros choice, honestly.
Stand by your convictions.
I am, but I'm now less confident in it. I will say that.
This is a wide open division too. So
Yeah, it's the top three teams are all interchangeable, honestly. I think I'm still debating here. Yeah, you know what? I'll put the Angels in second. I originally was going to put them in third, but I think that the Angels have I think Brendan, you mentioned this. The Angels have more depth than the Rangers. So a lot of my Rangers hype is around the fact that Lola Thurman is going to put up 10 WAR every single season, and that's hard to overcome. But I do think the Rangers pitching staff did get a bit weaker. They've lost a few of their arms. They're still led by Cassie Thurman, but after that, Justin Sharp is pretty good. But after that, it's like I don't know what
If
you're
I'm
gonna do.
if I'm pointing out the Martin Bradford thing. Oh, now Thurman's workload's actually under 200 innings each of the last 3 years,
yes,
which,
Going down
by the
to
way, has led to some pretty pedestrian by her standards results.
I mean, yeah, she wasn't even the pitcher with the most WAR on her team.
By the way, I just want to point out that we all agree that Cassie's supposed to be a her, but her face gen has got a full beard.
Hey, it's like the
Or at
bearded
least-
lady from The Greatest Showman.
Shadow.
Because every night I lie in bed. Sorry.
Can that be the
apologize.
Rangers song now?
I have the Rangers. Jeez, the Angels in
Distracted
first.
you.
I think the move to Anaheim suits them.
As long as
And,
that commissioner approval happens in time for opening day.
Yes.
I heard they're moving mid-season.
It's California. No one's going to show up until the fifth inning anyway, and then they'll leave in the seventh. So,
Yeah, their attendance is 35,000, but if you look at the bar graph, it's starting at about 7 and ends at about 5.
yeah, right. Yeah, just a solid team, and everything that everybody has said. Tom is very good at this So I have him winning the division.
So we're back to me, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with. Let's go ahead and go to the AL East. Let's pick another podcast, pal. Let's go with Brennan. And you know what, Brennan? I have some faith in you. You're gonna finish the best of the rest in second. And for you, this is just like Aladdin said. It's a whole new world.
That's a little too optimistic for me in terms of song choices, but I'll buy it.
Look, finishing above 500.
No,
For the
not
Yankees
results.
in the past
Not
6 years,
results. Song
a
choice.
whole new world.
Song choice. Song choice.
Okay.
Does it go to me or is it?
It goes
Yes,
down
it's
to
you,
Andrew.
Okay. Or you, Andrew.
I like the moves that you've made this offseason, Brendan, getting a couple of your old Orioles pals back. I think that's going to do a lot for your roster. And honestly, I think you got an upgrade in adding Fleury to your catching core over Zana. Was it Zana, right?
Zana.
Zana. And I believed in your pitching staff last year. Just kind of didn't work out the way you hoped. But I do also have you finishing in second. Now,
second.
don't buy too much into it because a lot of it has to do with the 3 teams below you. Spoiler, I don't have you as a playoff team.
That's fair. I don't either.
I am looking forward to an entire year of the Costanza Index and backfield media. But yeah, I love a lot of the choices. The Spence and Walker, Walker, I kind of feel could be Cy Young. He's kind of my pick, and that's hard for me to do because I usually just lock Bradford in whatever league he's in. But I think Walker is the Cy Young pick, and you are second in that division.
Well, thank you guys. I did spend quite a bit of time in this episode here, basically running through my options on who I'd put ahead of myself to be humble. But go ahead and just put me at number 2 because that's where I genuinely think I'm going to finish. I don't think the Yankees are playoff material at all. And I still think we maybe finish 15 plus games back of the Blue Jays. That said,
This division, hold on, before you say anything, this division is going to have the largest discrepancy from first to second out of all 6.
great.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The only other one I could see is the AL Central. I just don't think the White Sox are going to win as many games as the Blue Jays.
That's kind of where I'm thinking on that too. But also NL East is a possibility as well. I really think that this world is not ready. The MLB is not ready for something it's never seen before, and that's a Yankees team that everyone really hates, and I'm excited to be that.
Yeah, you're still a little bit off from that.
I know. I didn't say I was there. I told you.
You've
I don't
got too
think
many.
I'm in the playoffs.
Your locks are too luscious for me to hate you.
Oh, thank you.
Your Death Star is still hovering over the moon of Endor in construction.
I'm getting
absolutely.
26 Oriole vibes though from this team. I mean, I'm seeing Soto, I'm seeing Madrano.
Anybody but Madrano.
I know we need to move on to the next team, and I really don't want to spend too much time talking about my team. Getting former Orioles was not part of the plan originally. It just so happened that I was offered a trade for Walker that I then realized my historically awful defense could use a defense upgrade. So I took Spence to help out with the salary situation for Baltimore.
Did you add Madrano too?
No. I then brought in Soto because he was available as a free agent and I needed bullpen upgrades, and he is at least an average reliever with good stuff that I can throw into the bullpen and hopefully get some Ks. And then I really needed another third base option to potentially start. And looking at the options that were available at the time, Medrano was literally the best option. This was not by design. I really was going into it saying anybody but Medrano. It just so happened that Medrano was all there was.
Well, and for all the grief we give him, not a bad player.
No, but God damn it,
Just happened to be in the lights, and
he just
Can
cost me that series. That's okay.
Can I ask a question real
You just
quick
did,
before
but
we move
okay.
on?
Yes, you can. Let's move on.
In the podcast pal's mind, is a bigger meme Medrano or Johan Camargo?
Camargo. I mean,
In the
Camargo
podcast, pals
is like
Camargo, but in
Honus
the
Wagner.
league, Medrano.
Yeah.
That's why I phrased it in the podcast pals.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Are we sneaking?
Camargo walked so that Medrano could run or drop the ball in this case.
All right, Andrew, double back to back.
Oh, that's right. You picked the Yankees to talk
And we are at the halfway point.
The Yankees.
And we're already at over an hour recording. Yay. And I thought we were going faster this year.
We actually are, because the first 10 minutes no one will see.
That's fair.
Totally fair.
That's also fair. Let's go back to the NL. Let's go to the East. Let's go to the Mets, our opening day staple.
It's all about the Mets, baby. Let's go Mets. Hit a home run. Let's go Mets.
Let's
All
go.
right,
Mets.
I think-
Taking up the Mets.
Actually, you know what? I'll do my wraparound and make this easy. I'm going to go ahead and do the Phillies because we all know where we're putting them.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to put the Phillies at 1.
Do we?
Are you putting the Phillies at 1?
Oh, yes.
Put him at 1. I already said it earlier
Yeah,
that that's where I was
just-
putting him.
Just and real quick song for them with all their CCPs. I decided to go with Shane O'Mac or Shane McMahon's theme song from WWE. Here comes the money, 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 money. With how much they have to pay in fucking contracts.
That's fair.
Hey, why wasn't my song Imperial March? Come on.
Because you ain't the Death Star yet, bitch.
That's a quote of the night right there.
That is because you ain't the Death Star yet, bitch.
We got the title of our episode.
All right. So I'll ask you that. Since we did that, should I go ahead and do the Mets because it'll obviously put the Nationals on the board for everyone, or should I go somewhere else so we can come back?
No,
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So we're finishing out the NL East.
well,
Let's finish it out.
okay, but how much suspense was in that anyway?
That's
I mean,
fair.
honestly.
I don't think any of us are going to put the Nationals over the Mets, right?
Are we?
All right. All right. So I do have the Mets in second. I do have them building off of their strong season last year. Maybe they regress in their win total a little bit, but I still think they're going to be a playoff team.
Yeah, I've got them in second. I chose a song by Denise LaSalle called "The Best of the Rest" because
Oh my
the Mets
God.
just don't seem interesting to me. The Mets just seem like they're there. They're like the they're the quarter pounder with cheese of our league. They're all reliable. You can always pick them. You always know that they're going to be all right, but they're never anything special. You never go, oh yeah, I'm craving a quarter pounder with cheese.
Going back to last year, only Tim picked them to finish second. Everyone else had third or fourth. So you can always pick them in that spot. I don't think so.
You
No,
know,
I said you can always. I didn't
It's
say
not
in that
hyperbole.
spot.
Reliable means consistency. And none of us thought they were
Not
consistent last
always.
you know, it's
Well, are any of us consistent, honestly?
year. No.
it's fitting. It's fitting that my on-screen name is Bad Boy in there because Tom Petty said I'm a bad boy, and I'm free falling. The Mets are going to finish last in the NL East.
You just the Yankees just bashing on the other New York team?
No. I want you guys to act. I want you guys to ignore their results from last year. I want you guys to look at the roster, and I want you to honestly tell me you think that is a top 3 in that division roster.
I think the rest of the teams are more shit than they are.
I just don't see it. I really don't see it. They've got one good hitter and they've got one good pitcher.
Well, maybe you need to get your glasses checked because you're fucking blind.
Okay, whatever. I love Denver. Denver is one of my favorite human beings on the earth. I just do not believe in this team at all. And maybe there's something I'm not seeing. Maybe there's something I'm missing. I just think this team is going to plummet. And I think they're going to be last in that division this year.
Wow. I can't see that. I have them in second. And I actually feel they'll be slightly better. I think that division race is going to be very close. They were surprising last year. I think it goes right down to the wire between them and Philly.
I agree with Brendan at the point where they're not going to be as good as last year, but I don't think they're falling that far. You were going to say something, Aiden?
Well, Tim and I both have the Nationals in last place. And I'd like to give my song because the Nationals feel like they don't have an identity anymore. Like they are very far removed from their World Series contention years. So for me, I did Who Are You?
I really want to know.
Ooh. All right, can I give my point in now defense of my Nationals in third? Because clearly my Mets last came with the Nationals third. And the flip side, I really don't know what the heck you guys are even seeing in the Mets. I really mean that. And outside of Anderson, there's nothing there. Conversely, the Mets are not a great roster, but the Mets are a decent roster.
The Mets?
You mean the Nationals?
The Nationals. Sorry, the Nats. The Nats are a decent roster.
See, you're lying to yourself already.
Jose Anthony is still a great player. 139 OPS plus last year. 50 fucking home runs. Okay. Chris Green, 25 years old, 119 OPS plus, 43 home runs. Just in case you needed a good catcher, he had 131 OPS plus. That's an awesome offensive trio. It kind of drops off after that point. The pitching staff is full of workman-like guys, and honestly, workman-like is a lot better than bad. And if you have a decent rotation, top to bottom, I kind of think that carries you to like a 79 wins.
I agreed with you that the Nationals have a decent roster. I just wanted to give more props to the Expos, so that's why I have them flipped. I have the Expos third and the Nationals fourth. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be as bad as Aiden and Tim think they're going to be.
Yeah, and that's why I got the
I just struggle to see how this team avoids losing 2 or 3 in every series. I don't see them stringing it together. Like
I don't know, man. I think you throw out that decent rotation, and you are going. Maybe you're not going one. You're going 2-1, and then you're going 1-2, 1-2, 2-1 the entire season, and finishing on a 1-2. By the way, I know I keep doing my by the ways, and I gotta put it in there. Go ahead and throw that X on the Expos for me, please.
Actually, I should be putting it in the front.
Since we're on the topic.
So because we did the Nationals, I talked first, I'm just going to use that as my pick. Brendan, your turn.
No cop out.
Oh, come on. All right, let's go to my notes here. What's another fun song?
I know where you want to go.
Let's go. Let's go to let's stick in the NL. Let's go to Colorado. Colorado I have in fourth. And in the immortal words of Steve Hawley, a great country artist of the late 80s and early 90s, I ain't here for a long time, I'm here for a good time. They're a fourth place team. They're just here to have fun.
Nothing. No other comment, Brendan.
This is a top 3 and a bottom 2 division.
I'll be honest with you. I think we literally have gotten all the interesting picks out of the way the rest of the way here. I
No,
think it is. I
there's
think we
a
are.
little bit.
I think we are in cruise control. The rest of this pick. The rest of this.
I don't know. The
standings.
NL Central's got a little.
Well,
No, it doesn't.
I'm
Who am I
picking the
joking?
Rockies third.
Okay,
Oh.
there's the spice.
Okay, I always speak too soon.
Like the Brewers in terms of growing up, but that their pitching, there's been a lot of emphasis on high movement pitchers in the draft. Those are finally starting to come to fruition. I think they're going to surprise. Could possibly even challenge for second, but I'm going to put them at third.
Yeah, Rockies, by the way, 28 in the top 500 prospects, and of that, you got 8 in the top 100. And of those 8, 5 of them are pitchers.
If you
Yes,
believe
but
that,
is this of
garbage.
the backfield's media rankings?
They're
That's true.
close.
Let
Let me check real quick.
And while you're doing that, I'm just gonna follow. I'm just gonna have them in fourth as well.
Look, I do believe in the master plan at work in Denver. I just don't believe that it's there yet.
Rockies are one of the teams that I want to see do well, just because I kind of like them in real life, and I'm just like they've never really been good, other than like their one World Series trip.
Yeah,
And even then, that was just like them going on a run.
I'm going to say they're one of the teams that got one of the more creative tweaks for their branding going forward. So I think a new era is getting ushered in, maybe.
So they have 10 in my top 100,
Ooh.
which I think is tied for, or maybe, no, it is first. They've got the most top 100 prospects. They also had the most prospects in the entire list. They had 86. Now, granted, that's in 1,654 prospects on my list, but this is a lot of good picks and a lot of good development.
So their time is coming. Their time is coming.
And I think they're going to play above themselves a little bit this year. And I think it also speaks to the other teams that aren't the Giants coming down and the Diamondbacks having so far to come up, that the Rockies take advantage of this.
Okay. Well, I figure we need to start filling in the AL side of this board. Let's go with the Athletics, because while they're in the Sacramento A's in our universe, they're just the Athletics right now. Go ahead and throw them in last. This team is dead to the earth.
They are the Arizona of the American League. They are going to be last for a while. Except I didn't have anything to do with the Athletics being this bad. So.
Now, are you sure you didn't, or were you pulling, a 1.0 situation and timing two different teams, except they were both terrible?
I was tanking in both leagues. Yeah, there you go. See, that was my clever plan. No one would suspect that.
No one will suspect a thing.
And you? Where are you placing them?
I debated long and hard about this, and by that I mean like 10 seconds. Long
and hard.
With my zero prep.
Long and hard.
Long
and hard. Wait, long and hard. It only took 10 seconds.
That sounds familiar.
Not to my wife.
Correct. We're missing. Correct. We added in the long part.
Anyway, you know what? Screw it. I'm putting them in fifth. I'll be different.
I really do think that if the tagline was not "You're not a desk guard yet, bitch," it could be "Oops, all dick jokes."
Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I want to get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Because they're going to have the least wins out of any team in the American League. They're going to drift away in last place.
Oh, wait, that was Tim.
No, but Tim had him in last two.
Okay.
I didn't have them with the least wins though. Close, but not quite.
So was it my Twins then?
No.
Might be Baltimore.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Good morning. For Baltimore, I should have used, instead of burn it down, I should have used Good Morning Baltimore, except like a nasty version of it. Good morning, Baltimore. Every day is not an open door. All right, Timothy.
Oh, let's see.
It's not the snake yet. He has to pick one first.
Yeah, but he's at the snake pick.
Yeah. Let's go with Cleveland. A lot has been made of how the pitching staff has kind of fallen off, and it has. I am intrigued by the infield shift with Bino moving to short, Holman moving to second. I have them in third overall, but trending back up for the first time in a while.
Andrew?
I think last year was a very big outlier. I think this team has a lot more talent than it showed last year. I want to believe that Elvis will return back to his ace form. I think that they are going to bounce back in a big way, and I think they're going to snag second place.
I could see that.
I think they're a second place team as well. But I think they're a second place team who finishes below 500. And I think that,
Yeah.
they're going to be looking up at the team who's on top and just thinking about, a song. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. The division seems so far away, and it will be very far away. I picked Yesterday as they're reliving their glory days.
I had you know how sometimes in horror movies characters have premonitions of like a horrible future, right? Like it cuts to the vision and they come back to reality. And my horrible
there goes gravity.
my
There goes gravity.
horrible vision there. My horrible, awful, terrible bad vision was when he said you're staring up looking at the team ahead of you, and in my mind I saw the crown ahead of them and I shuddered. Now in this case the Guardians are finishing second, and I don't think it's behind the crown, but that was a scary future I don't ever want to imagine, and one I hopefully don't think we'll ever see.
Yeah, now you can do that.
I can do it every time if I want to.
This is true.
Darn, I don't have the power to mute you anymore because I'm not in charge of the StreamYard. That's Tim's job now.
Yeah, we're kind of freewheeling and all of that. All right. Let's go NL Central. I guess I'm going to have to pick the other podcast pal, St. Louis Cardinal.
I'm already not happy with you, so it's
I know.
not like you could.
Well, I had you in second.
Still doesn't mean I'm happy with you.
Is it wrong that I like your farm system better than I like the major league team?
You spend a lot more time looking at the farm system than the major league team.
Well, that's true too. But I mean, and not that there's. I mean, the first thing that pops in my mind anytime I think about St. Louis is who's getting hurt this year. And when. I mean, and they've been.
You're not wrong.
I mean, Royce Lewis does it in real life. And
he's doing it here too. Just not as much as real life. Thank
no.
goodness.
Oh God, no. Very solid lineup. If the pitching staff stays healthy, it's competitive. You're built to at least. You're not like some teams who are like 1 60-day DL stint away from losing any chance. And spoiler alert, I do have you as a playoff team, but I'm just nervous about the health overall of this team. And not in a mob kind of way. You know, it'd be a shame if anything happened to Royce Lewis.
Okay.
Same, if anything,
So what you're saying is that you think my team is better than the Brewers, but you don't think I'll be healthy enough to beat them. That's what I'm hearing anyway.
Yeah.
I would say
I gotta put my spin on it.
Okay, you can put your spin on it. I'll leave it there. I would say you
Yeah,
you
see,
game
nice little feel
163.
you got. See, it'd be a shame if anything happened to him.
And on my daughter's wedding day.
You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding, and you pick me to finish second in the division.
All right.
This is a lot more fun knowing I have a buzz right now.
Okay, look, I'm gonna go ahead and rephrase what Tim said. Is it wrong that I think that this lineup is the second best in the league behind Philadelphia? Because I really do. Now, don't get me wrong. You don't got the same kind of top end talent that teams like Toronto and San Francisco can trot out. But 1 through 9, minus this fact that this catcher group is awful. So let's go 1 through 8. 1 through 8, I really believe in this lineup. This is a great lineup. And yeah, 16 ADL stints would suck. And yeah, the pitching staff is a lot weaker than it has been in previous seasons, my opinion. I just don't really think the NL Central is that good. I think it's competitive. I don't think it's that good. And I think the Cardinals walk away from it very easily.
You believe in the Cardinals.
Then again, I always end up believing in the Cardinals. Every year we do this exercise. And I always end up believing in the Cardinals. And most of the time they pay it off. But you know,
yeah.
Take my analysis with a grain of salt. Am I just high on the Cardinals, or am I high on the Cardinals, or am I right? You know.
So my analysis. Go Cubs! No, I'm kidding. We're not in that anymore. That ship has long sailed. That ship has long sailed. But you know what? They're gonna finish winning the division. But in the end, it doesn't even matter when they burn out in the first round of the playoffs.
Oh, well, that's unavoidable. That's kind of the curse of the Cardinals.
Exactly. Like I said, they'll win the division. But hold on. They'll win the division. But as Linkin Park said, in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Do you remember the wild pitch walk-off?
The what?
The wild pitch walk-off against the Braves?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that.
Excuse
Farm remembers.
How many World Series rings do I have compared to everyone else in this group? Oh, yeah, more than all of y'all combined.
Hold on, Tim. I got to ask you a question. So far, we're like 3/4 of the way done. How am I doing so far?
You are killing it.
Better than expected?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Sure.
I thought this was going to crash and burn like by the 5th song. This has been amazing.
I told you. I
You
did.
are a true Renaissance man. And I will fight anyone who argues that.
So, Brendan, is it your pick now? Did Tim do his
No,
thing?
you're going to skip over me.
He gets to talk about his own team.
We know he's just going to glaze his team. It's fine.
Well, yeah, duh.
I mean,
I hope so.
Not?
I didn't glaze my own team. I said
Yes,
we
you
suck,
did.
but
You
we're
picked
going to be.
yourself to finish higher than you will.
No, I picked myself to finish above the fucking Royals because they're the fucking Royals, and I will always pick myself above them.
Yeah, but
we'll get to that in a fucking minute.
Take a look at where we all could possibly place the Royals and realize that you're the minority here.
Look, I've been the minority here since day one as the Jew, all right?
He's pulling that card on us.
I am. I just got back from Jew camp, so.
I don't think I should be wearing a red hat.
At least I didn't use the shower.
The views and beliefs of Aiden do not necessarily reflect the views of the rest of the podcast, pals.
Thank you.
Your discretion is advised.
And can I get on a less controversial topic? Jerome Powell is a much better baseball player. than his real life counterpart is in
That's
his
not
job.
controversial.
Same with
It is when
LaRon
you work
Smith,
for
but
him.
we won't go there.
I will say, and just kind of counterpointing what Tim and Brendan said about my team, because Aiden really just said a song. So, Jerome Powell did allow me to put Bellows in the outfield full time, which allowed him to have a breakout season, which is great. And there's also a reason why I loaded up my minor leagues on a bunch of high end catching prospects. So Powell won't be the starting catcher forever, but he did throw out, I believe the only catcher to throw out a higher percentage of base stealers than Powell was Lola Thurman.
Yes.
So I've got that going for him. And to Tim's point about how I don't have the top end talent, are you disrespecting Rodecker and Bellows?
Yes.
You're disrespecting Rodecker and Bellows.
No, I'm not disrespecting Rodecker. I'm disrespecting Bellows.
Oh, whatever. I will agree though that my pitching history in terms of the injuries does scare me. Allenson has, I think he's maybe had one full healthy season so far. So that does scare me. I hope he isn't on the track to being injury prone for the rest of his career, because I did sign him to a 10-year deal. Hopefully don't regret that. But I am proud of my minor league depth, especially when I've got David Leal and Cole Winn about to expire on contracts, but I've got Jeremy Humphrey and Bobby Colburn almost ready for the majors. I do think that I still can win the NL Central. I do think the competition behind me is getting better, as case in point by the Brewers. I put them in second. I think they're getting a lot better. They're going to have one of their better seasons they've had in recent memory, but I still think I have the talent at the top end of my lineup and my rotation to hold them off. I will say, if something were to fail me besides the injuries, it's going to be my bullpen. That's been the main thing I've been trying to upgrade all season. And outside of Bennett Sousa, I don't have a lot of confidence in my bullpen. Also, coming soon to a defense near you, the law firm, the defense attorneys, Shane and Shane on the left side of the infield, left side, strong side, and Shane Rodecker and Shane Larkin.
Larkin is very good. I mean,
Is he done? Is he done glazing his team yet?
I have
Have
a
fun
question.
in last place, Aiden.
Yeah. So one
When I
question.
finish it, when I don't finish in last, I'm coming back to this.
Okay.
So we're never coming back.
Would you consider a 6-man rotation to take some of the pressure off of your arms?
If I feel like Humphrey is ready, yes.
Okay. That makes sense.
Pressure
I
makes
don't have confidence in another sixth option right now. I wanted, and I feel bad for saying this to Tom, but I wanted Thomas Falcone to be my 4th, 5th guy last year, but he did not really do well. I want to give him another chance, and maybe as a 6th man in the rotation, he will. But so far, that player has not worked out the way I was hoping for.
I'm looking at his profile now. Yeah, I can kind of see.
He's done well in AAA. It's right now he's kind of like quadruple A.
Was the Cardinals a 10 pick?
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Neat.
Back to
All
you.
right.
So that means you're up.
Are we ready to move on?
Yeah,
Yes.
go for it.
All right.
Actually, at this point, we're just finishing off divisions because each division left has 2 teams. So
Yeah.
pick a division at this point.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a universal experience having to go to the vet and put down a pet. Everyone has to do it at some point in their life. And I think it's time for us to go to the vet and put down the Cincinnati Reds.
Oh,
Not the Reds.
They're sick.
Anybody.
And at this point in time, we have to think about quality of life.
He's playing in the yard.
No
this morning.
quality here. There's no quality of life here.
so last place, I'm assuming.
What do you think?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't have him as last.
I think they
Got him
might
as-
give up 1,200 runs this year bad.
Jesus. I've got him in 4th. But the song I picked for them, based on the lack we hear from him. Rest in peace. I picked the sounds of silence for the Reds.
Miss you, JR.
Yeah, I have him in fourth. Oh, it's not even my turn. Never mind.
Yeah, just go.
I have him in fourth as well. I like Ossington. I wish Ossington hit for a little better average than he does. He's kind of turning into Joey Gallo.
Mm. The infield or the second base version.
Yeah,
I was going to say infield, then I remember Gallo played third base. So.
yeah. Elite defense, can hit bombs, can do very little else.
I mean, Gallo at least had a decent eye.
And I also want to call out Camden Clark, who is the only player in CCP Festival history to steal home. Trivia question
No
for you
shit.
from 2 years ago. Yes, I couldn't believe it. But other than that, that's all he's done. It's just
Yeah. I've got the Reds finishing last, but I will say I think they are the best last place team, if that means anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Brendan's disagreeing. Who would you say is better than the Reds in terms of your last place teams?
Twins and Mets. It's not.
Why do you have to give that to him?
I really just don't feel good about this team. And maybe this is a failure of imagination on my end. I don't know. I really think they're going to give up like 1,200 runs this year. I mean, I genuinely think this pitching staff is going to struggle to not give up 6 runs every time they walk out there. If they have a, you know what? Tell you what, right now, bet if any other starter on this roster besides Jimmy Potts manages to get a season ERA under 4 with, let's call it 15 appearances, what do you guys want me to do? It's not going to happen. I'll take
shave your head.
No, fuck you, not happening.
No.
I was about to say you can't ask him to do that.
I want you. Hold on. I want you to put out an article in GM News apologizing for all the Twin slander.
Okay, done.
All right, you all can talk about the Cubs. I'll be right back.
It's probably the biggest bet you've ever made in your life.
I am curious as to why, Tim, you and Aiden have the Cubs finishing last, because I still think they've got a lot of talent on the roster.
They do. I just think it's been a lot of shuffling, and I just feel like, I mean, I think Pete's a great choice to come back, and I think he can right the ship. I think it's going to be, it's like when they remodel the Denny's in your hometown and they close it for like for like a month. And then you go in and it's open and it's like, geez, what the hell did they do for a month? It looks exactly the same.
Well, the same grease stains on the ground. And...
Yeah, and same menu and everything else. I just think it's going to take an extra year to kind of right the ship, fix some financial things. And
I just don't like it.
I
think you hit the nail.
Hot take. Danny Smith's playing somewhere else by the end of the trade deadline.
I don't think that's as hot as you think it is.
It would take a lot to move him.
Tim, I love your.
It would also take a team that can take on the contract as well.
Tim, I love what you're saying about it. I think you hit the nail on the head. And for me, I question, does Pete know what he's doing? I don't know Pete. does Pete have his head in EMLB? Does he have his head in the game? Because if not, he's got to do the High School Musical and Corbin Blue and get your head in the
saw
game.
that coming a mile away.
Why do you think I was rolling my eyes?
I'm not familiar with High School Musical, so it kind of caught me by surprise, but I liked it.
Thank you. Also, just speaking about it real quick, a little more intel on it. I think that the Cubs are not the Cubs of the past, and I think in the next 3 years we're going to see the Pete Grossi stamp on it. And I think, hot take for me, Cubs win a World Series in the next 5 years.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, my take on the Cubs is they still have a ton of talent. It's just the roster shakeup is going to take a bit to get used to, but I don't think they are the worst team in this division by far.
They're not the worst team, but this Russ roster doesn't excite me. I mean, 77 and 85.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the most in
Brendan and I putting them in third is fair. I can't buy the fact that you two put them in last.
I just want to point out that like Andrew and I have the same West so far, the exact same Central overall, the same Central, and minus the fact that he's a little higher in the O's than I think anyone else could reasonably be. AL East is pretty similar too.
All right, we're talking about the AL East. Let's go there. I'll pick that division for my next one.
All right.
I'll start with Boston. Let me pull up my notes. I've got I don't know. There was the running joke that Boston's GM doesn't exactly exist, and I honestly sometimes believe that Boston's GM is just the voices that Kamish hears in his head sometimes. But I really think that. So I picked Voices by Randy Orton. I hear voices in my head and they talk to me. They understand. With that being said, they're a fourth place team.
This has been way better than I ever expected,
Me
Aiden.
too.
Kudos to you, man.
I thought this bit was going to be horrible. Oh, complete other way.
I was groaning when you first told me that this is what you planned out, but I am eating my words right now.
I feel like the three of us have just wasted time. That would have been better.
This is what he's
suited
been
to
doing the
just let
entire
Aiden-
time he hasn't been putting in exports. He's been trying to figure this out. No, but also it gives us gives me a good reason to keep bashing on your actual team because I can compliment you for your song choices.
Thank you.
I'll go next on the Red Sox. I have them finishing in third above the Orioles. I just think they're mid at best. I don't even think they reach 500. But yeah, like I was saying before, 3, 4, 5 is hard for me to place in the AL East. So yeah, I just think they're just very slightly better than the O's and the Rays.
I deal with this every year. My head says lower, but witchcraft. Red Sox are in third. They always seem to kind of outperform the talent level. So I'll put them in third.
Oh, he's got the coin. It's made the appearance.
Nope.
He craps.
Call it. Tim, call it heads or tails.
What does each
Tails.
one mean?
Okay, I know what they're going to be.
Tails.
All right, fantastic. The Boston Red Sox are in third. It was heads, by the way. I had heads, Red Sox, tails, Rays for who finishes third and fourth in this division. So
Tim calling it didn't even matter.
no, he called it. Oh, you're right.
It's all for show.
It's been a very long day. and I haven't even drank.
The media is often used like the we float all the trial balloons that everybody else.
I would
Brendan,
like to put out
make the
there-
Red Sox fort just to be different from me.
No.
The
I
coin
would like
has
to put
spoken.
out there that I have statistics for for the song I picked for the Rays. There are statistics behind this, and Tim and I did the research, and Tim backed me up on it. He just double checked my work. The two oldest players on the Rays are Denny Martinez and LaRon Smith. Then you do the average age, and they are the youngest team in the league on the projected opening day roster. So, what other song to pick for them than "We Are Young"? So I set the world on fire, and by fire I mean a very light, like the fire is burning, and you have a little ember in your fire pit, like that little one that won't go out, and it's just smoldering. And they get like maybe one or two more wins than the Red Sox. I feel like 3, 4, and 5 are so interchangeable, like everyone else has said. But why not?
New Kids on the Block could also be good.
I was
just
also thinking
realized-
only the good die young.
Ooh. I just realized that, like most quality television shows, we may have jumped the shark because we have a musical episode.
Don't copyright strike us. I have the Rays finishing last because I looked at their lineup, and outside of Aiden Pearson and Tim Giles, I have no idea where this offense is going to come from. LaRon's past his prime. He's on the downturn. I think he's going to keep falling.
This one's for LaRon.
They do have some good pitching, but I think that offense is going to struggle to score runs, and I think they're going to struggle so much that that's why they're going to end up in last place.
Tim, I'm not gonna unveil too much, but if I'm not mistaken, isn't there a future article coming out on one of the Rays members of that pitching staff?
I don't think it was intentional.
It's not intentional. That's the timed out thing.
Where'd he go? Timmy, come back.
Tim.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Well,
think
Lassie, did Timmy fall down the well?
That was
Oh no, Timmy fell down the well.
All right. Who just picked the AL East?
Aiden.
I did.
All right, so it's Andrew.
All right, you know what? I think we can we all agree that we want to save the AL Central for last just because of Aiden's obsession with the Royals.
Oh yeah, I think we have to at this point.
We'll finish out the AL West. I actually put the Stags behind the A's. It was like I said earlier when I put the A's in 5th, it was close. I think a lot of the A's and Stags being at the bottom of this division has to do with the 4 teams in front of them. I just think they just get absolutely destroyed by all the teams in there, and that's what drops them down so far in the standings. I still think the Stags have a lot of growing to do. I believe they were a little bit too early in some of the free agent signings, like Dom Aguilera, who's a great player, but I just think kind of like Serrano with the O's, it's just the wrong timing. I don't really like their pitching staff. It's a lot of good, but nothing great. And outside of Motri, I don't see a lot of positives from their offense. And Dom Aguilera is decent, but at this point, he's more of a defense first outfielder. Billy Ray Spears had a breakout season last year, but I don't think he's really going to repeat that much. I just think that the A's, with the some of the talent they have a little bit more talent than the Stags. And again, it's so tough for the Stags as an expansion team to have to be in the AL West with the juggernauts that are in front of them. It's just really hard for them to get momentum.
So I'm going to jump ahead because I have a good line here. We're talking about teams who we think last place teams who would be better than the Reds. How about teams, but not last place teams that I'd still put behind them. The Stags are that team here. I just don't see it. I see the vision, the long term, and this is gonna it's stepping stones. Expansion teams should take a long time to get their feet under them. It's hard. It's a really hard thing to do. It's made even harder by playing in the hardest division in our league. It's an impossible task to do while building up a roster slowly. Sorry.
For me, the Stags, there was a perfect song. Bob the Builder. Can we build it? I don't know. We're still this many years away. Who knows if it can be built? Rome wasn't built in a day. Stags are at least not in last place, but they've at least got somewhat of a foundation. Can they build on top of it? Still remains to be seen.
Yeah, I feel the same way, and not that I'm biased in any way. Not that I'm biased in any way. I'm only moving out there next year. Yeah, I kind of agree with what everybody has said. There were some moves that I'm like, a little too early. Deep farm system being built well, but it is so hard to translate that into competitiveness at the major league level, in this league especially. Concerns with the pitching staff. That said, I have them. Where are we? Oh yeah, I have them in last.
Wait. No, you had the A's in last.
Yeah, I had the A's in last. Fifth. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I already put them on there for you because I figured you didn't have them ahead of the Rangers.
And if I can go ahead and move us along here real quick on our Rangers discussion. I think we all we've spoken at length about the monster that is the AOS. The Rangers get kind of indirectly spoken about through everyone else's conversations. Thurmans.
There you go. I am interested to hear why Tim thinks they're going to finish behind the Mariners.
Me too. That's the one thing I really want to hear about this.
I have questions about the pitching staff of the starters. Behind Thurman and Sharp. It's kind of. This doesn't strike me as the Rangers used to, where they were like 3-4 deep in the rotation, and then McClure could always pitch the 7th and 8th, or the 6th and the 7th, as the case may be. I don't know. Just have a vibe about them. That said, that fourth is probably second in almost any other division.
I'm going to go back to Hamilton here for a moment with this song, because the Rangers will end up in the wild card because they are not throwing away their shot. It's their shot. They're just like their country. They're young. Well, maybe not all that young, but they're scrappy and they're hungry. They're going to come in second and end up in a wild card spot.
All right. With 2 remaining divisions to cover, I am going to go ahead and make the executive decision to place the NOS teams myself and then have Tim lead our conversation on the AL Central. He gets to pick which one he wants to talk about first. Fair enough. Let's just go ahead and we'll do NL West. I'm going Padres, Dodgers.
In that order?
In that order, yes. I don't believe in the Dodgers at all. I don't believe in Chris at all. I feel like Chris is EMLB's equivalent of Trevor Lawrence. There has been nothing but hear about how great he is, but I have never seen it. And I don't think that's there.
May I jump in here?
Go right ahead.
By all means.
For the Dodgers, I'm going back, and I'm going back and pulling an old TV theme song. They're flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just Chris. And that's why he's going to end up in third place. That's the theme song from Greatest American Hero, by the way, for you youngins.
Okay. I
You
have
say anything
been,
about the Padres?
Oh, we're talking about the Padres too? Oh, yeah. The Padres are this season. I don't know what to expect from the Padres. I want them to be different in the NL West, but I also have faith in the Padres. But I put they're living on a prayer that they can be better than the Giants. And you know what? I think their prayers are going to be answered. At the beginning of the season, they're going to be living on a prayer, and at the end of the season, they're singing hallelujah for finishing above the Giants.
I just don't think that the Padres change much year to year. So really, what's there to talk about?
That's fair.
Look,
Yeah.
It hasn't been said already.
as some people, as multiple people have said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It obviously ain't broke for the Padres. Why fix it?
Because they haven't won a World Series yet.
what?
What?
They've won a World Series.
They won a
They've won a World Series.
Oh, that's right. All right, never mind.
Come on, dog.
Wrong.
The
Sorry.
views expressed.
Wrong.
Thank you. I hate to
Wrong.
feel like I'm copying Brendan here, but that's what I
Oh
had.
my gosh.
Look, all I'm saying is that Andrew likes to win, and if he's got a copy to do it, that's no problem.
Take a look at the NL.
I mean, he couldn't do it himself last year, so he obviously has to copy you.
Hey, maybe this is just a bad sign for Brendan that his picks are going to be very wrong this year. I don't know.
Or it's a
Could be.
good sign for you.
Yeah, one or the other. But yeah, I kind of agree. I don't know where the Padres have been consistent year over year. They're always going to be in contention, so I don't have any issue with them finishing in second place in the NL West. Dodgers, I think, are slowly getting worse over time.
They weren't really that good to begin with.
They made the playoffs a couple times. They were kind of like my rivals in terms of the last team to make the playoff spot for a few seasons in a row. Especially there was one game 163 where he did knock me out to make the playoffs. But this past season, I think, was the beginning of the downfall. I think I know where Tim's going to put the Dodgers, and I think that flip between third and fourth where Tim's putting them is not too far off.
No.
Then you're right. Yeah, but I think both teams are kind of on the same trajectory. It's just that the Dodgers are a little further along in their decline than the Padres are right now. Padres are still good, still dangerous, but they're very top heavy in the contracts. Ownership's a pain in the butt. Dodgers, this has just been kind of rinse repeat for the last couple of years. So that's how I have them.
Well, Tim, why don't you go ahead and close us out by starting the conversation of the division everybody's excited to speak about?
So
by everyone, we mean just Aiden.
Right. So I'm going to start with the Chicago White Sox, and I am going to say what I said earlier in a chat. The White Sox AAA team could win this division.
By how many games, though?
5.
He's not wrong. That's the sad
It's just
part.
in some incredible moves, some good strategy, excellent team building, and they also, put it together on the field. The pitching is great, the hitting is great. They could clinch this by the end of August if they're not careful. This is going to be the biggest gap. They might win this by 30 games.
Andrew, you want to go ahead and lock those White Sox in that top spot for the rest of us?
I'd say so.
Because I sure as hell ain't putting Kansas City.
All right, and let's go ahead and finally let's tee up.
Hold on, can I do my song first for Chicago?
Oh yeah. Sorry, don't want to blow past that.
Yeah. Just like they're on top of the Central, because they're on top of the world. Hey, I'm on top of the world. Hey. And as much as I joke around about my hate for Minerva, I think he's actually done some things that I don't find completely crazy. And I think the fact that Cowgill is still on this team after a year and he hasn't been traded away is just absolutely mind-boggling. I'm surprised he wasn't traded for a bag of peanuts yet. Like, I mean, it's low-hanging fruit. I guess Miami, now the fact that Extreme is a GM, we'll revisit this in about 6 in-game months. But Kansas City, to end out my songs, this one is near and dear to my heart. Kansas City are the Goofy Goobers of the league, and I picked the Goofy Goober song from SpongeBob for them.
I would once again like to reiterate that the views and expressions submitted by Aiden are not the views and expressions of the rest of the podcast pals. Thank you.
Yeah, but those views and expressions are mine. What a bunch of goobers. I mean, come on. Look, first,
you have them finishing in third.
Yeah, that's not a compliment.
He's trying to insult me by saying I'll finish worse than them.
I am. Yes. Look, I think when you fall ass backwards into what will end up being the greatest player in the history of the MLB, and I mean ass backwards, how the fuck do you flip Skeens for Cowgill? The only kind of decision that can be made by a GM who does not exist. Anyways, outside of Cowgill, outside of I clicked off the team. Outside of Heimdallr and outside of Lucas Sack. I mean, those are the decent 3 players. I mean, I would feel good about those on just about every roster. Obviously, Cowgill would make any team great. This team sucks ass. Like, I think Cowgill alone accounts for 15 wins, which is enough to drag them ahead of the Twins and Tigers. But when
this team sucks.
Look at the dead weight. Look at the dead weight. You sign a god-awful free agent contract to Dutch Dozier, which didn't just age like milk. It aged like milk that you didn't check the expiration date on. Like, you buy it and you got home and you realized tomorrow was the expiration date, and then it sat in your fridge for 3 months. That's how Dozier aged. You went and did it again. You didn't wait. You didn't think about it. You didn't go to the store the next time and go to the back of the rack. You went and did the exact same thing again. There's just a pattern of not learning here. There's a pattern of not adapting. And I just kind of, I don't know what it is and why this has to keep happening, but Yoshida's gonna age just the same. Rotten milk, day one.
I know. I guarantee you that I will have more than 10 wins more than the Royals.
No.
Ooh. Actually, all right, tell you what, I've put myself out there on a little bit of a bet. Aiden, what are you willing to bet here?
What do you want?
Are you willing to bet this?
I
want no text, no GM channel. I want video recorded in the style of YouTube apologies for Minerva.
I was going to say the exact same. I want a recorded apology.
Okay.
I want tears.
And you know what? I will be glad to, because the Royals.
First of all, I don't know why you're so passionate about the Royals sucking. Second of all, one of Cody's strategy on Game of the Night was to steal second with 1-speed Tim Lane. So let's not give him that much credit.
Well,
okay, fair.
It worked twice.
That's fair.
I would like to cut in here and choose and ask a question because it applies to the bet we've made. You seem pretty intent that they're going to be last record. Now, I am holding our video apology to worse than you. But how are you willing to make a bet that they finish last overall?
Under the advice of counsel, I plead the fifth on grounds that may incriminate myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet that either because pitching is good. Has some CCPs, got some depth. I don't know where they're going to get the runs from.
I will say
If they're
it's-
going to
it's
win
the-
games,
it's
they're
the
going to have
offensive
to
side
win
that worries
games.
me.
If they're going to win games, it's going to be 2-1, 3-1.
It's gonna be 2-1. It's gonna be
Calgill
2-1 with 2 solo shot Calgo home runs.
Yeah, and it just that's the thing that I struggle with the most about Kansas City.
They have decent pitching, but they don't really have a strong lineup at all.
No,
In fact, they traded away one of their better hitters this offseason to get Lukasiak, or however you pronounce his last
And
name.
we're flirting with Lennon McCartney being the starting shortstop. So, eesh.
and Lukasiak is going to be a 5-inning pitcher at most, I think. Overall,
Yeah,
I
will say I think Lukasiak, his long-term success in the league is as a closer, not as a starter.
I see.
And I
him
get
as
I
the
bashed
next
on
Bob
them and-
McClure.
And I get I bashed on them, and it's probably a little harsh, and I do recognize that. However, you're saying where do the runs come from? Outside of Calgill, where do they have a hitter that hits above 250?
That's why I said what I said.
I mean,
Hold on, you're gonna shit talk WAR and then go to batting average.
okay, where's a player that has an OPS plus above 100 on their roster?
Why are we
Outside of
spending so
Calgill.
much time on the Royals more than any other team?
Good point.
Very good point.
Let's do playoff talk.
There we go.
All right. Here's how I think we should handle this. I think rather than go like one pick, I think we should go top down or bottom up, either or. You list your playoff teams, and then we just come and then we wrap it up from there. Sound
All right,
good?
So I start with the playoff teams.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. In the American League, let's see. Obviously, the three division winners, and then I've got the Guardians, the Angels, and the Rangers.
Okay.
Now, I will say I debated putting the Mariners in there for once to make it a 4-team representative from the AL West over the Guardians. The only reason I held off was because they play each other so much in division. It's hard for the Mariners to get a higher
From last
record.
year.
Yeah, I know. I understand that. It's way too hard to do that. I just want to point out that I considered it for a second. And then in the NL, I'm going straight across the second place teams. I'm going Mets, Brewers, Padres.
All right, and then we'll come back and do World Series after we do playoffs.
Sure. Playoffs. I'll start in the National League. I'm going to go straight across as well. I think Giants, Brewers, Mets. That's an easy one there. As far as the AL go, I think the Rangers and Astros are your 2 lockdown spots in that division. And then I think that I am going to go with the 3 teams in the AL West. I'm going to go with the Mariners just because I think the Yankees and Guardians both finish under 500.
So Mariners, Astros, Rangers.
Yep.
I got to say, I do not think the Yankees are going to finish under 500. It's just a matter of if they finish over 500. I'm going to go American League first because it's the easiest. Clean sweep for the AL West.
Well, you guys are all choosing the 4 teams.
I mean, come on, let's be real. This is the American League we're talking about here. Frankly, there are only about 6 teams that can make the playoffs.
I would put the Mariners in the playoffs if they were in one of the other divisions. I just think how many games they have to play against the other 3 teams.
The only way the Guardians, Yankees, Red Sox ever have any kind of chance at ever sniffing the postseason, at least this year, is if there are catastrophic injuries to the Astros, Mariners, or Rangers.
Well, they also have their own divisions that they can beat up on.
Yeah, that's not the point. They get to beat up on the AOS gets to beat up on other divisions too. Those teams are good because they are also beating the shit out of other divisions. So over in the National League, I got the Expos as one of my wild cards, and the Padres are going to be one of my other ones.
American
I'm
League.
not done yet.
He's still got
okay.
one more team.
Sorry. Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Look, I want to be different, and I'm gonna be different, but I don't feel great about it. Give me Nats. Give me Nats, and we finally get our explanation for why 6 playoff teams is stupid with a 80 and 82 team in the playoffs.
Do you think? Hold on. Do you think the Brewers are going to finish under 500?
I think that can easily happen. Yes,
Okay.
So how much do the Cardinals win the division by then?
I think. How about this? I think all 3 division winners have over 105 wins.
Wow. Okay, I will admit, I know I blaze my own team, but I don't think I'm getting that many wins.
I just don't think that the competition in the National League is very good. I don't think the competition in the American League is very good either. But I think that it's gonna. I think like there's fewer top teams in the National League than there are in the American League, and they're spread out more. The American League, the National League right now is like if you took the top 3 teams historically in the AL West and spread them out to each of their have their own division.
Yeah, there definitely isn't any middle class in baseball right now. It's haves and have-nots. For me, I'm gonna do like almost everybody else. The top 4 teams in the West go, and the White Sox and Blue Jays go. And in the National League, it is Phillies, Mets, Brewers, Cardinals, Padres eke out the Colorado Rockies on the last day of the season.
Okay. And Tim, since we are gonna get one last shot to do the snake, what's your World Series matchup, winner and loser?
Phillies beat the White Sox in 7.
Anytime you say a 7-game World Series, I'm here for it.
And spoiler alert, Phillies have to beat the Cardinals in 7 to get there.
Hey, if I can take them to 7 games, I'll take it, honestly.
All right, so there's a lot of I again, maybe I am glazing the Cardinals a little bit. They're not going. They're not going.
I was about to say, you predicted me to go to the World Series last year. It didn't work out.
Yeah, it didn't. The Phillies are such a popular pick, and like I figure eventually this team's going to break through. I just kind of think that the current structure for baseball playoffs rewards randomness more than it does being a good team. That said, if we're making World Series picks, you just kind of got to pick 2 best teams. So give me Angels snapping the American League drought over the Phillies in 6 games.
Give me. Let's do this. We're going to take a World Series north of the border. Give me the Blue Jays over. Give me the Blue Jays over the Mets in 7.
What was the Blue Jay song, by the way? You never said.
Oh, yeah. Mind you, that's what we need to get back to. The Blue Jays. There ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough to keep me from getting to you, babe, because they're going to bring home the trophy.
Fair enough.
That was pretty good.
That was.
You
got to act out the song next time.
Ain't no mountain high enough.
Sunshine. All right. I am going to pick a different champion. You know what? I'm going to have fun with this. And it's going to be at my own expense for this. White Sox get their revenge over the Cardinals in the World Series.
Ooh.
I want to keep it a little bit fun.
I don't hate it.
No, I could see it.
I'm not
Well,
bold
there
enough
we
to
have
pick myself to win.
Well, this has been a fun-filled episode full
Oh,
of.
actually, but one more thing. I want to point out that none of us even got either of the two teams in the World Series last year. Aiden had Rangers over Padres. Brendan had Angels over Cardinals. Tim had Phillies over Rangers, and I had
Damn. So maybe I almost picked
Phillies
Angels
over.
Cardinals
I had
this
Phillies
year.
over White Sox. So none of us had Astros or Giants.
I almost picked Angels Cardinals this year. I did not even realizing.
That's what it was last year.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you for listening. This has been a production of Backfields Media. Please make sure to tip your waitresses and drive home safely. Remember, do not drink and drive. Please call an Uber if necessary. For Andrew, Brendan, Tim, and myself, Aiden, we appreciate you guys for listening to our once-a-year podcast nowadays. We do appreciate you, JR. We miss you. And as always, be safe and remember, there ain't no mountain high enough. Good night, everybody.
Broncos country, let's ride.